I still remember that rainy afternoon like it was yesterday. The kind of day where the sky weeps endlessly, mirroring the ache in your heart. My name is Elena, and back then, I was just a wide-eyed girl of 18, living in our cozy family home on the outskirts of a quiet town. Life felt simple, wrapped in the warmth of my parents' love and the unbreakable bond I shared with my older sister. Maria. She was my everything, my confidant, my protector. The one who braided my hair and whispered secrets under the covers at night. We were inseparable, two halves of the same soul, or so I thought. Our parents worked tirelessly, saving every penny in an old wooden box hidden beneath the floorboards in their bedroom. It was our family's future dreams of a better home, college for me, maybe even a small vacation we'd never had. Maria and I would sneak peeks at it sometimes, giggling about what we'd do with all that money one day. "We'll travel the world, Elena," she'd say, her eyes sparkling with promise. "You and me against everything." I believed her. How could I not? She was the strong one, the one who held us together after Dad's factory job got tougher and Mom's health started fading. But whispers of trouble began to creep in. Maria had changed subtly over those last months. She stayed out late, her laughter turning forced, her hugs a little too tight. I chalked it up to the stresses of her new job at the local diner, or maybe a boy she wouldn't tell me about. One evening, as thunder rumbled outside, I found her in our parents' room, staring at the floorboards. "What's wrong, sis?" I asked, my voice soft. She turned, her face pale, and forced a smile. "Nothing, little one. Just dreaming." That night, she tucked me in like always, kissing my forehead. "I love you more than the stars," she whispered. I drifted off feeling safe, unaware that those words would haunt me for decades. The next morning, chaos erupted. Mom's screams pierced the house as she discovered the box empty, our savings gone. Over $20,000, every scrap of security we'd built vanished. Dad paced the room, his face ashen, muttering about calling the police. But Maria? She was nowhere to be found. Her clothes, her few belongings, all packed away in the night. A note on her pillow, scribbled in her elegant handwriting. "I'm sorry. I had to go. Don't look for me." My world shattered in that instant. Betrayal clawed at my chest, a pain so deep it stole my breath. How could the sister I idolized do this? Steal from our family, abandon us in our hour of need? We searched everywhere, neighbors, her workplace, even the bus station. But she had slipped away like a ghost in the storm. The days blurred into a haze of grief. Mom's health plummeted. The stress broke her spirit, and within months, she was gone, leaving Dad a hollow shell. I dropped out of school to work odd jobs, piecing together what little we had left. Anger simmered beneath my sorrow, a quiet fire that kept me going. "Why, Maria?" I'd whisper to the empty room at night. "What secret drove you away?" Little did I know, the answer would come knocking 25 years later, in the form of a stranger who looked just like her, holding a key that promised to unlock the past. As the years stretched on, the wound from Maria's betrayal festered, never fully healing. I built a life from the ruins, married a kind man named Tom, raised 2 beautiful children, and found work as a teacher in the same town that once felt like home, but now carried ghosts in every corner. Yet, beneath the surface, the pain lingered like a shadow. Holidays were the hardest. I'd set an extra plate at the table out of habit, only to remember she was gone. Dad passed a decade after Mom, his last words a murmur of forgiveness I couldn't echo. "She must have had her reasons," he'd say. But what reasons justified shattering our family? I tried to move on, but questions gnawed at me. Why take the money? Where did she go? I hired a private investigator once, scraping together savings from my paycheck, but the trail went cold after a bus ticket to a distant city. No sightings, no records. It was as if Maria had erased herself from existence. In quiet moments, I'd replay our last days, her distant gaze, the hushed phone calls she'd take outside. Was there a man involved? Debt? Something darker? The not knowing ate at me, turning trust into suspicion. I became guarded even with my own family, always fearing another abandonment. Then, Then, one crisp autumn day, 25 years to the month since she vanished, my doorbell rang. Standing there was a young woman in her early 20s, with Maria's striking green eyes and wavy auburn hair. My heart stopped. "Are you Elena?" she asked, her voice trembling. I nodded, words failing me. "I'm Sophia. Your niece. Mom Maria sent me." The world tilted. She stepped inside, clutching a small envelope, her presence a bridge to the past I'd long buried. Sophia told me everything, her story unfolding like a tragic novel. Maria had fled because of a secret she'd hidden from us all. A gambling addiction, spiraled out of control after falling in with the wrong crowd. The savings weren't just stolen. They were her desperate attempt to pay off debts that threatened her life. But it wasn't enough. She disappeared to protect us, or so she claimed in the letter Sophia handed me. "I couldn't drag you down with me," Maria had written. "Forgive me, Elena. One day the truth will set things right." Tears streamed down my face as Sophia continued. Maria had rebuilt her life far away, married briefly, had Sophia, but the guilt never left her. Cancer took her 6 months ago, swift and unforgiving. On her deathbed she confessed it all, begging Sophia to find me and deliver the key, a literal brass key tucked in the envelope. "It's to a safety deposit box," Sophia explained. "Mom said it holds the answers." And more. Betrayal washed over me anew, mixed with a storm of emotions. Anger at her choices, sorrow for her suffering, confusion over why she never reached out. I felt broken all over again, questioning if our bond was ever real. But as I held that key, something shifted. The pain that had defined me for so long cracked, revealing a flicker of strength. I wasn't just the victim anymore. I was ready to face whatever lay behind that lock. Sophia stayed that night, and we talked until dawn, piecing together fragments of lost time. For the first time in years, hope whispered that closure might be possible. The next morning, Sophia and I drove to the bank in the city where Maria had lived her hidden life. My hands trembled as I inserted the key into the safety deposit box, the metal clicking open like a long-sealed confession. Inside wasn't just money, though there was that, too. Nearly double what she'd taken, grown from investments she'd made in secret over the years. No, the real treasure was the stack of documents, letters, photos, and a journal detailing everything. Maria's words poured out, raw and unfiltered. She'd used our savings to escape debtors, but remorse had driven her to repay it tenfold. Working multiple jobs, investing wisely, she'd built a fund meant for us, but fear kept her silent. "I was ashamed," she wrote. "I betrayed the ones I loved most." Among the papers was evidence of the people who'd lured her into gambling, a shady group that had preyed on vulnerable women like her. Names, dates, transactions. Maria had gathered it all, hoping one day to expose them. But illness stole her chance. That revelation ignited something fierce in me. This wasn't just about our family anymore. It was justice for Maria, for others they'd hurt. With Sophia's help, we contacted authorities. The documents were gold enough to dismantle the ring. Arrests followed swiftly. Headlines blared about the takedown of a long-running scam operation. The leader, a man who'd manipulated Maria, faced years behind bars. It wasn't violent revenge, but it felt like sweet justice. Exposing the shadows that had claimed my sister. As the dust settled, I divided the money, some for Sophia's future, some to honor our parents' dreams, a scholarship fund in their name. The rest went to charities helping those trapped in addiction, turning our pain into purpose. Sophia and I grew close, mending the family rift one shared memory at a time. She moved nearby, and for the first time, I felt whole. Looking back, betrayal can shatter us, but it doesn't have to define us. Maria's choices broke my heart, but they also taught me about forgiveness, not the easy kind, but the hard-won peace that comes from understanding. Life's twists may steal our trust, but with time and truth, we can reclaim our strength. Hold your loved ones close, listen to their silences, and remember, even in the darkest betrayals, a key to healing might be waiting.